fragment to the storyteller. I mean, we can do it like that too. We're still under buffs. I should exploit legendary proportions. Till they last. They're gonna last for 4 minutes 15 seconds. I should try the end by then. Yeah, we can't even go to the throne room. I mean, that's saved. I can check if we can go on that. Dimensional door.
Esmo, access, yes.
Well, we can easily go.
Onwards, together.
If there is anything at all here. It's broken. Well, you start from there. So no, there's not.
Battles await. All this waiting bores me.
Here I am. See.
Holy shit, you're broken. Dimensional door. You see dimensional door here, so you can go back. Where are you? I gotta have some dimensional door here. Is that one? Displacement. Feet away from its true location. Could you measure the chance? Where is the door? Visibility. Massive visibility. Where's the door? I know I have dimensional door somewhere, so I don't reload. Disintegrate. All of these scrolls, they look the same to me. I have a phobia from loading screens. No, that's why I'm trying to play without loading screens. I have a fucking phobia of loading screens. And it's my stupid curiosity. Instead of finishing the game, I'm going towards the throne room just to see if there is something over there. You should just give the last fragment and finish the game. Everything is easy. And the Wild Hunt, Monarchs, they're bloody crazy. But all in all, it's fine. Let's finish. Let's fucking finish. I hope this is the end. Yeah, everyone is there, but Armak doesn't reappear. There is a reason behind it. He's fucking crazy. A third fragment. Prepare yourself. The barriers around the castle will fall. Werglia will be waiting. Gather apology fragments for the storyteller. It's all done. We found the third fragment, gave it to the storyteller. And what happens now? Where are we supposed to go? Where are we supposed to go? Ah, the path is open. It's gonna end in the throne room. Easily gonna end in the throne room. Okay, it's a fitting end. I mean, I've spent more than 100 hours in the throne room. Holy shit, I can't believe it, this is the end. It's gotta be the end. The last loading screen.
Still hiding behind masks, eldest? Isn't it time you cast them away?
Words, words. How little value we attach to them, and how much they truly mean. But I've grown tired of words and prophecies. I will no longer predict chaos and death. Instead, I will show them to you, myself.
Oh yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses!
What on earth? The Lantern King. Focus the motherfucker. Focus him, fuck everyone else. Focus the shit out of him. Just dodge them, kill him. Kill the... What is this? Okay, I get it, you heard. Focus, kill.
This won't kill me.
No fucking way, this just happened. I should have used buffs before this. I thought it's gonna end up in conversation, not in a fight. Okay! You have the chance to buff then. 2 more loading screens left. Maybe I kill his minions first than him. Although I'm afraid he's gonna spawn more. Animosi Travisi for the last time before we enter. What sucks here is you can't summon, you know? That's what sucks here the most. Now, since I have memory leaks and I want to finish the game without lags, maybe I should also restart the game, goddammit, you know? I think I should restart. Get this fight without lags. Play awesome. Let's do it quickly. It was painful enough, it doesn't have to be painful for the last 5 minutes. Am I really gonna uninstall after this immediately? Immediately. I'm afraid it's gonna corrupt my other games, you know? The save files and all else. I'm fucking afraid of this game. It's like AIDS. It can destroy your PC too, you know? I heard like 5 times so far, I heard some strange sounds from the graphic card. Like it's gonna to explode or something. Alright. Let's go. I mean, I'm under legendary proportions, goddammit. I shouldn't waste that for like 4 more minutes. I should be careful with it. So we need stone skin, some protection from magic, things like that. Gather apology fragments for the storyteller. Go to the Lantern King. Haste will help a lot. Maybe I go for him. Fuck the others. Just assemble first. We cast everything we got for the fight. Except summons. We are on the freedom of movement on everyone. Not on Valerie. We are. Not on the dog.
Adayana. Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi. Amronda Gratio. Amorani Sentes. Ona Adayana.
I'm listening.
Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi. Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi, Odritio Turinos, Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi, Amorane Sentes, Lisano.
I need to be careful about legendary proportions. I need at least a minute of that spell available before we enter.
Dania. Amorane Sentes, Ona Adayana. Minimosi Travisi, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Amronda Gratio, Ona Adayana, Ona Adayana.
Everyone is mortal in this world, especially
Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi, Sana Dana, Minimosi Travisi, Minimosi Travisi.
Pa, Riti. Pa, Riti. Pa, Riti.
This is it. Let's fight. Here we fucking go. And the torture. Oh well, oh well. We're gonna play something simple in the next few days. Something very simple. Bug free. If something like that exists at all. But something simple.
Still hiding behind masks, eldest? Isn't it time you cast them away?
Words, words. How little value we attach to them, and how much they truly mean. But I've grown tired of words and prophecies. I will no longer predict chaos and death. Instead, I will show them to you, myself.
Oh yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses!
Let's finish them quick. I grant you death.
Jesus Christ. Why is Nerissa just sitting there doing nothing? Motherfucker. I wanna see what's the last thing he casted. I think one shots everyone. I need to see what it is. Either I burst him before he casts that, or I'm dead. I got 50 buffs on and I'm one shot. It looks like an AoE, like huge AoE. We'll see what he casts at all. I don't know what's that spell. First time I see it. He just pop. Damage source is end of all. Nerissa is immune to end of all. How on fucking earth do I save myself from the end of all?
Battles await.
Is there even a way? There is a way to kill him first. That should be the only way. Yeah, the game refuses to end. I mean, what the fuck is that spell? The end of all. Right.
Patrizio Turinos! Dashani Savitur! Savitur!
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Patricium Turinos! Patricio Turinos! Bashani?
40 seconds. Legendary proportions.
Savitur!
I have protection from negative energy. I have tons of spell resistance. I have fucking everything on me. Absolutely everything there is. Even the bubble. Cemental. And now an army too.
Still,
Word.
Oh, yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses!
Oh, holy shit is that? Come on, kill him. Kill him, it's one more hit. There.
You don't seem to like my curses! Maybe you like my jokes better?
What is it now? He multiplied. Alright. He's everywhere. That fucker is everywhere. Of course Octavia is dead. Surely.
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Patricium Turinos!
Target secundario now. They're holding him. Nice. Stop it. Let's revive Octavia. It would suck that she dies from the end. Motherfucker, he TPs everywhere. Where is Octavia though? Bloody die. They are holding him non-stop. Are we done? Of course we're not.
The time for laughter has passed. It's the hour of hunt and chaos.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. A monarch, lantern king, and archers everywhere. No fucking way. You're kidding me.
Repent.
You're not real.
Let us strike as one.
What do I charge for him? I'm gonna die. Shouldn't I charge for Lantern King, not for although he can't die if the Monarch is alive.
Do not hold back.
Lie down for a moment.
What a bloody mess. What's Nerissa doing?
Cannot hide from me.
What a bloody mess.
Will be. Definitely will be.
I got no more healings, and they target me. Monarch is dead, but I can't heal.
They go down.
They target Nerissa, which is great. All of them target Nerissa now. Even the Lantern King targets Nerissa. She refuses to die.
This won't kill me.
Bring it.
Fuck you, he teleports.
Your
They
life
still all
ebbs
target Nerissa,
low.
which is great if they fucked up. Ah, he targets Amiri.
What a waste.
Can't let her die. Kill them. Fuck them. Fuck them up. Then we kill them. The chance.
I always
Oh my,
survive.
she fell down.
You survive. I always survive.
Come on, Kundayo. You finish this.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Finish it, man. Finish it. Tell me it's the end.
Enough.
The time for masks is over. You risk challenging an eldest, and I accept the challenge. You will fight not a mere embodiment, but my true essence. This is my essence. I don't need magic or servile monsters to destroy you. Words are enough. Yes, words. I once told you, words spoken in the right time and place possess the power of the storm. You lightheartedly answered that you know what your power and essence are. In duty, and the desire to make the world a better place. I remember your answer. The world remembers it too. Your answer, your heart, your essence. Now, cursed key. I'm taking this part of your soul, as I took away Nerissa's ability to love. What you called your essence is yours no more. let us continue. We both wear a crown. But what do you own? A meager patch of land, a few thousand souls? My dominion is chaos and magic, madness and deceit. Your power is nothing compared to mine. And that is why you are helpless before me. You will take my every blow as a divine punishment, as something imminent.
Get my power from the endless loyalty of my subjects can be a similar boast. I can be strong with its warriors. I can always protect myself. That means I can do. So we're facing deity. Not be a deity, but my kingdom is rich and prosperous. And so is my power. Enough about divinity to say that you're no deity. Don't try to scare me. You don't possess that sort of power. The Arcana. With magic and sorcery, so don't try to threaten me. All you are is the most treacherous monster never had a chance to defeat. Now let's try with lore religion. Of course you can't
insult
succeed.
me with this. I'm curious what you think of me, cursed king. Do you see me as a villain or a simple joker? In truth, well, I'll never be able to conceive of the truth. Being an eldest means being one of the many strings that hold the world in place. Being an eldest means being such a vast and self-sufficient value that one's equals become strangers and one's inferiors are entirely insignificant. I am an eldest. Laughter, guile, transformation, that's what I am. And being what I am, I will let you feel a modicum of my loneliness. I will take away your pillar of strength. Good. You can play with words. Let us see if you can withstand the heat of my fire.
Let's finish them quick.
You're fucking
Let's hear you cry. Die!
no doubt. I can't pick anyone. What is this? Oh shit. Oh shit. It's reducing everything. Where's the rest of you? Where's Amiri?
Tear them apart!
Come on, idiots! Hit him!
Down!
Oh shit! You're unreal. You're unreal. What are you casting? Where are you going? Goes for Nerissa. Step away, you fuck.
Aim true.
Kill him now. Targets Nerissa. Stand over there.
I grant you death.
Come on! No! Kill him! I'll risk. I'll fucking risk. Oh. Okay. Hit him! Hit him! enough, you motherfucker.
Defeat. What a refreshing feeling. I don't remember sensing it for a dozen millennia. But what's next? How will you end this story? Listen, I know it. Elegant and refined. The hero defeats a deity in battle. Impressed, it grants the victor power and immortality. The hero enters the chambers of the deity to become his champion and herald. Eternal, powerful, equally glorified both in the first world and in Galarian. His kingdom healed from its wounds and flourished under the rule of the immortal champion. A beautiful ending, isn't it? And this legend is yours for the asking.
Trust the laughing lie. Don't do this. Not after everything you and I have endured because of him. I can give you immortality and power, though not as much as the Lantern Kings. Perhaps we won't be able to stand against the Eldest, but accept my gift and my patronage. And together we will make him pay for what he's done.
How sad it is to hear you, Nyrissa. Thousands of years for nothing! You haven't learned a single lesson. Never learned to atone. But what do you say?
What will happen to Nerissa if I agree to your offer?
What do you think? I can let my misguided protege go wherever she likes. Knowing her, I'm doubtful she will become a humble exile.
I won't. I've come too far to go back. It might take me 1,000 years and thousands of deaths, but I will find a way to get back at you, Eldest. Even if he betrays our alliance and becomes your puppet.
What do you suggest, Nerissa?
I suggest we do not kneel. We are both cursed, you and I. But so what? The curse can harm you only as much as affliction touches your kingdom. But now, with the Eldest wounded and bleeding, his henchmen all slain, I can return your state to the material plane. It will heal its wounds, and so will you. I'll create a bond between you and the First World, granting you immortality. Just as the Lantern King promises.
And what role in all this shall I play, Trespasser?
The role of the vanquished. I know you will hardly accept a defeat, Eldest. You may try to attack us again, but we defeated you once. And we will do it again if we must. I'm ready to fight you forever if I have to.
What will you ask in return for immortality, Eldest?
That is easy. I will return your kingdom to Galarian and strengthen its connection to the First World. In their homeland, the Fae can endlessly return to life. I will give to you the same gift. And so long as you remain an enclave of the First World, death within its borders will never threaten you. As for the prize, I'm not offering you the position of a servant. Believe it or not, I am lonely. Divine power and immortality are a heavy burden. To accept it means losing all your friends and companions, but you can find allies and reliable assistance. This is what I'm looking for, a herald and a general with whom I can share eternity, and together we'll play 1,000 wonderful pranks and spread our power across the First World and further, much further.
Jesus Christ, he's a fucking idiot. If you go with chaotic evil, that's the way to go. But let's try to finish him. Are you sure I can't kill you? I think I'll try.
Did I tell you I don't like dying? Well, I don't. Perhaps we should stop this pointless exercise and speak seriously?
You can't kill him. You can pick him, you can pick Nerissa, or you can remain neutral. I'll not bow to you, Eldest. Don't get your hopes up. Here is my offer. Leave the curse, return my kingdom to Galarian, and forget we exist, and I will forget that you exist. you speak, silence falls into the chasm. Light pours from the eyes of the Lantern King mask. Still the mask of paternal care. Do not mistake this for what lies behind it.
So be it. This performance has run its course. It would be unwise to continue it. Besides, I have no love of dying and returning to life. My fellow eldest are very good at playing especially intricate pranks at that exact moment. You were cursed by my will. By my will, you are now free from the curse. May the shackles be broken, fetters be loosened. What's been stolen will be returned. What's been divided will be made whole again. I say farewell, and release your kingdom to the material plane. Go, be glad of your ordinary mortal life, and forget the gods of the first world. Now they no longer concern you.
I think that's the best ending. I really think that's the best ending. Because you can't kill him.
Now that the eldest and other spiteful beings wouldn't be bothering us, the king returned to his subjects and celebrated the victory and the end of the kingdom's miseries with great fanfare. Everything gradually returned to normal, including our exciting lives. Not always peaceful, but also not troubled by invasions from another world. And little by little, our heroes and the common folk began to forget the sorrows of the past. Sometimes, on clear spring nights, the king saw dreams. In them, the nymph Nyrissa, fierce and wounded, battled the Jabberwock, died, and returned to life, again, and again, and again. That's
how Nyrissa ended in eternal fight with the Jabberwock. Lindsay is a book.
Under the wise leadership of the king, the stolen lands became a true country. There was still much to be done, of course, and some of it will need to be finished by our heroes' descendants. But there are no longer cut purses on every corner, and the peasants aren't afraid some new self-proclaimed chief will show up and strong-arm himself into power. The stolen lands are called the Land of Popular Rule, for in these lands, common people feel fully in control of their fates. Unfortunately, the total absence of authority allowed one of the richest regions in the kingdom to proclaim itself an independent republic, and retrieving those territories came at a rather high price for the king. Just half a year after the war with the First World, Galt moved its troops to the southern border of the kingdom. Their attack was rebuffed. The enemy state's infantry could do little against soldiers who were skilled with their swords and knew the military arts better than the alphabet. Since then, Galt hasn't risked crossing any borders again, fearing cruel retaliation for further insolence. The king's subjects praise his generosity, while citizens of neighboring lands groan from crippling taxes. Citizens of the stolen lands have it pretty good. Truth be told, the treasury isn't always capable of paying the royal bills. And the throne room's adornments are clearly decaying. But sometimes you have to buy the people's love. Literally. No kingdom can function without its nobility, and the kingdom in the stolen lands is no exception. Landowners, ready to share the burden of ruling alongside the king, grew to be more and more influential over time. And the more pompous the court balls and receptions held by dukes and baronets became, the more eventful were the lives of the schemers and freeloaders who always live within the shadows of the powerful. The feud between Brevois North and South, which had been smoldering for ages, never sparked the fires of civil war. Through great effort, our king managed to bring both parties to the negotiating table. While Rostland didn't gain its independence, it did receive wide autonomy rights. Our relationships with both House Sertova and the Sword Lords are respectful, but they've become lukewarm. Because of us, neither side got everything they wanted. The Tiger Lords never fully recovered from the damage Armont did to the tribe. Lacking a strong leader and torn by infighting, the barbarians sank into a short but fierce internal war. Their lands were quickly appropriated by neighboring tribes, and the Tiger Lords were scattered across Numeria and the River Kingdoms, little more than pitiful remnants of a once great tribe. Pitax never regained its former stature. In their fight for power, both bandits and the relatively honest merchants lost all their strength, scaring away both customers and suppliers. Trade routes began moving through other cities. Pitax fell into decline, and the citizens quickly forgot all of Iravetti's atrocities, remembering his rule instead as a golden age for the region.
What?
There was no place for art in the new Pitax. Students and teachers from the academy were scattered to the winds. Some found a place in neighboring courts, while others set off to earn some coin in roadside taverns. A third group, harboring anger and resentment toward the king, began weaving revolutionary plots. The ruins of the Academy of the Arts still stand in the middle of the city, overrun with ivy, empty and unwanted.
But I saved the academy. You're bugged out.
Trolls and kobolds, two of the most savage native peoples living in the Gnarl Marches, were completely exterminated in the region. The forest paths became much safer, and the peasants' cattle have stopped going missing. Bartholomew Delgado still serves the king loyally. From time to time, he orders peculiar mechanisms and substances from all corners of the world. After receiving them, he spends a few days bragging about some great discovery he's about to make, then ends up gloomy for a few months. Then he receives another package, and the process repeats itself. At night, chilling screams are often heard from his laboratory. After enduring so many storms and troubles, Varnhold eventually turned into a real city. Daring settlers decided to conquer the vast, wild expanses of Dunsword, and despite all odds, they succeeded. The modest colony that almost vanished at the hands of an ancient lich turned everything around to become a thriving city with lively river trading. Agay, the Spriggan leader, learned a valuable lesson after surviving his meeting with the king and even regaining his tribe's home. Don't try to occupy seemingly empty settlements anymore. Instead, the Spriggans settled across Dunsword's wild borderlands and proclaimed it as their domain. Keeping the peace in a situation like that seems like the stuff of dreams, as evidenced by the occasional lost patrols and stolen cattle. After the kobolds and mites disappeared, the empty caves beneath the old sycamore quickly became home to all kinds of disgusting critters. Giant centipedes being the most innocent and pleasant of them. Attempts have been made to clear out the caves, but it never takes long for something to take up residence again. In the end, the decision was made to block the entrances and burn the giant tree down, destroying the roots that held up the ceiling of the caves. Oleg's trading post continues to thrive, attracting even more travelers. Much to its owner's displeasure, a small town is springing up around it. Despite Oleg's grumbling, he and his wife are well regarded by everyone, and Svetlana was even elected town chief. Making sure her sister was safe, the former bandit Kressel traveled south. Her trail went cold somewhere in Absalom's docks. They say she changed her name again and now serves on a trade ship, hiding from old acquaintances. Jod remained loyal to the king to the end of his days, healing the sick and generously sharing his austere wisdom with anyone who wished to hear it, and some who didn't. Having fulfilled his duty to the ruler, Eraskel's priest peacefully departed this world, surrounded by friends and disciples. Breinhardt became a loyal ally and trade partner of the kingdom, and Darvin himself had been seen as a frequent guest in the capital. The elegant monarch of the neighboring kingdom has broken many hearts at court. After his visits, many young guards and servants have been seen staring through windows, sighing wistfully about something. The lizard folk of the Longtail tribe returned to live on the shores of Candlemere, but they couldn't return to their ancient way of life. Living alongside people, the lizard folk adopted their behaviors, habits, and even religion. More and more of the Longtail tribe pray not to the spirits of their ancestors, but to Erastil or Gorum. They even began to forget their original language. I hope someone writes down their songs and legends before they all sink into oblivion. A delegation of wizards from Absalom and other areas appeared in the kingdom one day, asking for permission to examine the lair of the Lich Farneris the Thoughtful. After completing their research, the wizards spent a long time thanking the king for freeing the world of that monster. In their opinion, he'd been capable of causing the end of the world, maybe even 2 worlds. Evindra was glad to see the Lantern King's plans turn to dust. She spent some time helping restore the kingdom after the calamity, then returned home to the First World. They say the rebellious spirit of her cousin Nyrissa awoke within her as well. Evindra is said to recount our story to the Fae, encouraging them to question the power and might of the eldest. After the victory over the Lantern King, the storyteller abandoned his affairs and began spending a lot of time alone in contemplation. He eventually bid farewell to the king and left his lands. But I suspect the inhabitants of Golarion haven't heard the last of this mysterious traveler, for his own story is hardly finished.
There's gonna be a DLC with the storyteller.
Amiri remained a pariah to her native tribe, but she stayed close friends with Nylak, who ruled the Six Bears wisely and taught them to survive in the unfamiliar plains and cities. The restless barbarian would often travel for long stretches of time, but sooner or later she would always return to her old friends, bragging about new scars and recounting new feats, many of which Nylak immortalized in song.
It is a long game, that's why it's a long epilogue.
Valerie stayed to serve the king, but not for long. She soon laid down her weapon to start her own family. Valerie married a simple farmer and bore him 2 beautiful children. They settled away from the capital, where she was soon forgotten. Harren became famous, respected by dwarves throughout our kingdom as well as our neighbors, even as far as the 5 Kings Mountains. He's often been asked to help out or teach others, and he's never denied anyone, despite his grumbling. Some people even listen to his preaching. Lucky for us, there's a lot less howling about the end of the world now, and more wise words of moderation and humility. Not all of his disciples turned to Grotus, but everyone took away something useful from his teachings. Octavia didn't stay still for very long. Soon, she and Reg went to Numeria and started a huge slave rebellion there. They didn't manage to destroy the Technic League, but to this day, slaves speak their names with admiration, and slavers with terror. Over the course of their journey, the 2 grew as close as ever, leaving their quarrels and resentments behind. After returning from Numeria, Octavia settled in her mother's house and became the king's advisor and loyal companion. After the war ended, Ekin hung up his bow on the wall and traded the path of the ranger in for the craft of the carpenter. It may not be the most heroic ending to a tragic story like his, but as Torag is my witness, Ekin's happy with it, as is Alina, who became his wife and is bearing his child. Any baby born into this family will be pretty lucky, since the king himself still visits his old friend and will likely become the child's patron. Despite all the woes that befell the country, our king remains a strong leader. Many noble houses from neighboring lands wouldn't hesitate to be related to him, and they regularly send a variety of marriage proposals. As for myself, the author of this book, Lindsay, who never chose a pretty nickname, I'm still here, inside my creation within the Capitol Library. I live just like I always dreamed, surrounded by people and books, and not a day goes by without someone turning my pages. My story inspired many others to take up the quill. My readers have written many fierce books, articles, and pamphlets, flinging truth in the faces of tyrants. What more could I dream of? I I hope, oh honored reader, that this story offered you some daring ideas. Or at least some entertainment. In any case, it's time to set the final period.
Not the loading screen. That's the final period, loading screen. Ah yeah, Jubilast is missing also, Knock Knock is missing, but they're all bugged. Jaital missing, Tristian missing. Most of them are missing. Unfortunately. There had to be a loading screen for the main. Don't go to credits or something, you know, just to avoid the loading screens. Go directly for the loading screen. The last one I'll ever see though, I wasn't happier for a long time. Oh my god. Woo! Alright, I got the achievements. Let's check the achievements before I end the stream. What do we got? The story's end. View all. View global. Face and defeat the one final enemy. 0.3%. Win the game 0.4%. Claim all available regions and develop them to their maximum potential 0.4%. By the way, the achievements do not work. More challenge please. It says win the game playing on challenging rules, difficulty or above. It's at 0%. I completed the game on hard difficulty. Like 95%, 90% was hard, 7-8% on challenging, 2-3% on unfair. That's what I maxed when I was playing. But 90% wasn't hard from 250 hours. And it then gave me an achievement there for hard. I mean, no one has that achievement. More challenge, please. How the fuck is it 0%? It's stupid. Only 0.3 completed the game. Face and defeat the one final enemy. You know, one more thing. Nothing is said about Nairisa in epilogue. What's less than 1%? 5 achievements that I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 achievements that are less than 1%. 0.6% of people. Yet another ancient evil. Find, defeat the secret threat locked in a magical prison in the stolen lands. That's Farniras. 0.6% against all odds. Travel to the mysterious realm of the Fae and face your destiny. First in collection, obtain an outstanding gift from one of your royal artisans, masterwork item from artisan, 0.5%. The story's end, win the game, 0.4%. Prosperous conqueror, claim all the regions and develop them to their maximum potential, 0.4%. And flaming crown, the last achievement that I got right now, 0.3%. Face and defeat one final enemy. Even the Steam achievements are bugged, because I should have get, what was it? More challenge please. That's the achievement. Let's see how many achievements I got. 30 out of 58, 52%. For this game, more than 50% achievements is more than enough. In the state that it is, I got 52%. It's fucking great. Exactly 249 hours in the game. It took 249 hours. 250 hours, goddammit. Yes, from day one release. I've been playing from day one. Yeah, less 100 hours were a torture. Less 100 hours were a complete torture. But I'm happy because it ended. It fucking ended. I can't believe it. I can go to sleep now. Tomorrow, I'll probably won't stream tomorrow. First, I don't know what I'll stream. Second, I got 9 days for YouTube. I need to edit those videos, release videos on YouTube. That's gonna take the entire day for me. If I can do it in a day. Ugh. So, I'll be seeing you in 2 days from now, I guess. And I wish you all good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with Bugfinder, Quest Killer. Good night, people. See ya back in 2 days from now. We'll see what's next. I really don't know. I wish you all good night.